Shalom to the elect, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Bisham, Kokodash, and giving double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone, who well, peace and salutations to the elect. Yahweh is the true, almighty, and powerful name of Heavenly Father, who the world even calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh, which means He is or He exists. But Hashem is in the name. Yahweh Shai is the name of the only begotten Son, the true name of the only begotten Son, who the world even calls Yeshua, and Jesus Christ, and true name is Yahweh Shai. He's the deliverer. He's the deliverer for the nation of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners, like unto the speckled bird that have been scattered across the four winds. All right, its lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Only elect remnant will be delivered in these times, starting with the 144,000 prophets and the rest of the 1/3 peaceable multitude of believers. All right, so I'm the brother Mappa, Great Millstone, Plaintables Camp, Philadelphia, coming with this lesson. So, you have in this current event, breakfast cereals scrutinized for various pesticides that may harm reproduction. This is for Source Zero Hedge, authored by Sina McCullough from the Epoch Times. Emphasis errors being Zero Hedge. And imagine starting your day with a bowl of cereal, which most people do. Common people do. You have Jake, they eat the Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Frosted Flakes, and Captain Crunch, and Cookie Crisp, and those are some of the common cereals going on that could be silently affecting your family's health. Recent studies show that this particular chemical, which is chloromequat, pardon my mispronunciation, is a pesticide linked to reproductive issues, has been found in popular breakfast cereals like Quaker Oats and Cheerios. As this substance infiltrates the American food supply, the potential risks of our health of the future generations loom larger, raising urgent questions about the safety of our everyday food choices. In a study published by the Journal of Exposure of Science and Environmental Epidemiology on February 15th of 2024, researchers revealed alarming findings regarding the prevalence of chloromequat, if I'm pronouncing it right, pardon. It was detected in urine of 4 out of 5 people, or 80% of Americans tested. Additionally, 92% of oat-based food tested contain chloromequat or whatever, including Quaker Oats and Cheerios. This study, the report, urinary chloromet measures in adults living in the United States, highlights the possible widespread presence of chloromequat and necessary for its transparency and further investigation for the potential health implications for customers. So they go into what actually it is. It's widely known in a salt form as chloromequat. Chloride is an agricultural chemical first registered in the United States in 1962 as a plant growth regulator. Plant growth regulators are chemical substances employed to control and regulate plant growth, flowering, and flower yield or fruit yield, according to a 2006 study in the International Journal of Andrology. It says that chloromequat application in grain crops results in reduced stem height, thereby minimizing the occurrence of lodging or bending over, which could reduce the efficiency of the harvesting process. All right, I'm gonna look into this. How did it enter into the food chain that is in the U.S. In April 2018, U.S. EPA allowed this particular chemical to enter the food supply by establishing acceptable food tolerance levels of it in imported oats, wheat, barley, and select animal products. This action allowed for importation and sale of those agricultural products, even if treated with this. All right, you can look into some of the different things that they have. They got some findings such as diminished fertilization and cleavage rate of sperm, decrease in sperm function, delayed onset of puberty, reduced sperm motility, decreased testosterone, and just to name some. So you can read the rest on your own. Now, of course, it's not any coincidence that this is out there. He already pretty much telling on itself. So we know what the effects are. And everything's all about profit. This is Psalm 62:9. It says, "Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity." Okay? It's straight to the point. Alright? You got dudes that are in high within, obviously, their scientific accolades, and they've been put and accredited on high, by dignitaries. But hey, these people have, as it says, leasing and unthrift, falsehoods. But obviously via his science, it's fine, for you to be eating these things, as what he's saying, in these certain amounts. But it still has its effects. And this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7. And this talks about this fourth beast which we're in, which is the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Okay. It says, "I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn." This is talking about America, "before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots." French, Spanish, British. Okay, "and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things." And via their their science, they boast of many things, being just men and not the Most High, but they see themselves as a god, and their knowledge to be accepted as perfect and totally fine to follow, and you ought to trust in it as it's told, by many of these people within these different bureaucratic offices, right? So people follow it, and it has these different effects. You wonder why some of these Israelites out there acting a certain way, and different effects, and why some births are just the way they are. So I'm gonna get I think it's either Hosea, the 9th chapter, and it says here, Hosea chapter 9:3. It says, "They shall not dwell in Yahweh's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt." And this is be America, all right? Which us collectively, as all the 12 tribes, we've been put in slavery, together, pressed together. But it says, but Ephraim, that represents, of course, you have the Northern Kingdom, which are like your Native tribes, Native Americans, and Latin tribes, shall return to Egypt, and they shall eat unclean things in Assyria. Here in America, America's as spiritually Assyria. Okay, these are captivities for us. Okay, and we are subject to this vanity too. It's Ezekiel chapter 3, and it says here, just straight to the point, Ezekiel 3 and 13, it says, and Yahweh said, even thus said the children of Israel, so-called niggas, Latinos, named Americans, Israelite foreigners, eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So, hey, the Lord drove us amongst the nations, and we're eating defiled bread. All right, defiled bread goes into Yasharala, definitely lacham, which is bread, and you have tamah, which is unclean in Hebrew. Gabayam, nations, ashar, which I believe are wither. In this case, adiyachkum, them, driven, shem, them, yeah. But yeah, so going on. We would eat these unclean things. Okay, so going into unclean, tamah, which means defiled, unclean, impure, ethically, religiously. All right, and that's pollution. All right, so hey, just beware what you're eating out there. I'd stay a bit aware of eating these different cereals if I were you, knowing what it can do to you. But like I said, pretty much all this food is tainted. Okay, you can go to let me see, what is another thing I can go to? Go to, man, what is I get? Oh, I think some doctors or some scientists, maybe in China amongst Moab, they could turn fecal matter into meat. They're taking like proteins out of shite and saying it's you can eat it. But there you go. Some Japanese researcher creates artificial meat from human feces. So you can check into that too. Sewage muds contain a great deal of protein. We research whether we can extract it and recycle it for basically like a meat product. And I think they just color it with food coloring and stuff. But you can look into that. So that's it. That's a lesson through the spirit. Shalom to the elect.